Now, almost a week after the deadly flash floods in northeast Afghanistan, families are still searching for the bodies of their loved ones. The northern province of Baghlan is the worst affected, with an estimated 300 people dead and 2,000 homes destroyed, and the number of casualties is expected to rise. Let's speak now to Caroline Davis, who's in Afghanistan's Baghlan province for us. And what's the latest there, Caroline?
Lucy, we've spent the last few days speaking to those most affected by these devastating floods. The devastation stretches for miles. You can see buildings destroyed, trees uprooted and swept downstream. Areas that were full of wheat have now been entirely wiped out and look like the crusty edge of a riverbed. Now, speaking to people who are in some of these villages, some of them have seen their homes entirely flattened. Others have small amounts of rooms left, but still packed with mud. And many of them don't know where to go next. Some were even still staying in those broken down homes simply because they didn't know where else to move on to. There is also a limited amount of clean water. We've been speaking to Save the Children, who are based out here as well, who are currently doing some work here, and they've been talking about their real concern that there could be an outbreak on top of an outbreak if that situation isn't resolved relatively soon. Now, a week on, there are still also areas that are cut off entirely. The roads that would normally connect them to some of the major cities around here have been washed away too, and we're also getting more details about exactly what happened in some of these villages. I've been to one area which was very badly affected and heard of some incredible rescues. Friday afternoon, the main street of Falul village is a raging torrent. On the roof, Noor Mohammed and his family barely visible. Minutes later, the building collapses.
When the
wall fell, I remember thinking, I have lost everything. We are all finished. I was underwater and hoping, oh God, please take my life, so my problems will be over.
Noor survived, clinging to an almond tree. His 10-year-old daughter, Zulekha, had disappeared downstream. A few kilometres away, Abdul Ahad showed me where he spotted her, caught in the branches of an uprooted tree. His son pulled her free.
My father and mother said, don't go there. You will be taken by the flood. But my heart felt for her. There was a feeling I had in myself that I can do it. I took her on my back and I got her to our house. Most parts of her body were injured.
Shaken, muddied, but alive. Zulekha is now recovering at a relative's house with no home yet to return to. This is the first time her father has seen the family that saved her. And he is in here. Would you like to meet him? How do you feel now meeting the people who saved your daughter's life?
Right now, I don't have anything. If I give them the whole world, it won't be equal with what they did for us.
One corner of one village, those who did what they could to save others from the waters. Now, one of the major concerns here has been whether or not the weather will turn again. Yesterday we saw more rain, but speaking to those in these affected areas, we heard so far that they have not been badly impacted by that rain yet. In the longer term, of course, there are questions about how resilient Afghanistan is to these sorts of events. Many people that we spoke to said that they had never seen this sort of flooding in the course of their lifetime. The UN has also said that this shows quite how vulnerable Afghanistan is to climate change. And this is going to be the big question going forward about exactly how Afghanistan can prepare if weather events like this happen in the future.
And Carrie, I suppose the issue is also now where people will live, so many homes destroyed and also their livelihoods as well.
Yes, with entire crops swept away, we also spoke to people who had seen all of their livestock lost, as well, of course, of people who've lost their entire homes, many who have lost whole families. One man we spoke to had lost 10 out of his extended 18 family members too. People don't know exactly where to go to next. Many were still sleeping out in tents, and so many are now displaced and working out what they can do next.
Okay, thank you very much. Caroline Davis reporting for us there from Baghlan province in Afghanistan.